thanks for making the journey over here.
Yeah, you bet, man. A little short drive from Wichita, but
Do you take Turnpike or 254?
I took 35 up here.
Okay.
I guess that's the Turnpike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a lot safer.
Yes.
I avoid 254 if I can.
Yeah, it's scary on 254. It can be.
Yeah. Deer are scary, but more importantly, people
People are
don't
way
know how to
more
look both
scary
ways.
than deers.
They just pull out.
I just said deers.
Deers. This is going great. All right.
This is going
We're
good.
gonna need to find a different guest.
We're getting settled in here. Watch out for those deers on the road.
What's up, guys? I'm Sam McVeigh, the host of the Killer Growth podcast, and today I have Troy Trussell with Trussell Media.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for having me. Shout out to Strategic Motion.
Strategic Motion. Yeah, you were on a couple of weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, I was a guest. It was weird being on the other side of it. It is a different feeling.
It is, definitely.
I'm only 2 months into this game, so it probably feels the same to me either way. But talk about that. You run a podcast. Guys, go follow Strategic Motion.
Yeah.
What is like the feels difference? Like you're running the show versus you're not. Like you walk in, do you feel vulnerable, out of control?
So, yeah, I feel kind of all over the place whenever I do that podcast. It helps getting things in order, doing an outline. So Strategic Motion, I do guests occasionally, but most of the time it's just me in front of the camera.
Monologue.
Yeah. And so that can be kind of tedious. But
sure. Yeah, that's a little more prep.
Yeah, you definitely have to be
I don't really
prepped.
do anything on this podcast. I just
Ask questions.
ask you 3 questions and you talk the whole time. It's great.
Yeah.
I've got the best job in the world. Let's go. And so then describe the difference of now when you're a guest on a podcast, how does that feel? Do you think about it before? Like, are you worried about questions that might be asked?
I'm not too worried about it because the guest usually kind of leads the conversation where it goes, but you have to be a good interviewer. You have to really sit there and listen to what they're saying to know where to go. And then, you have your list of questions that you want to get to. And you can always circle back to like question number 2. We went on a tangent, so now we need to circle back. And I want to ask this question. So just being a really good listener, but being able to lead the conversation as well.
I should have had you on episode 1 because I have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
I was also going to make a joke about you inferring that I'm not a good listener because you looked at me very intently. You also have to listen, okay? You got to let them talk.
Yeah, I said that for myself. It's hard, when you're like, oh, I got to ask this next question. And you're not listening to them. You're thinking about how can I.
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
What were you
exactly.
just-
Exactly.
All right, we start with an easy soft serve.
All right.
Tell us your story from whatever age you want to start at, high school, college, like when you got potty trained, I don't really care, to what brought you to Trussell Media and Strategic Motion.
Yeah. So I'll start, graduated from college in 2001. Feels like ages ago, which it was.
Yeah. I was 11, so I was
Yeah,
in
I
double
was
digits.
21,
Yeah.
so 10 years older.
When's your birthday?
Friday.
No way.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Yeah,
podcast.
thank you. I'll be 47 on Friday.
Well, we need a note to self. We need to air this on his birthday. So we need to publish this on Friday.
yeah.
That'd be
Well,
fun.
it's today. Today's my birthday.
Today. Yeah. We're shooting this on his birthday.
Yeah, so graduated in 2001 with a graphic design degree. Got a job right out of college at a marketing firm doing design. And 2 years into that job, the owner came to me and was like, hey, you're pretty good. Got a good eye at production. I'm going to buy cameras because I'm tired of subbing it out, and you're going to be in charge. And I was like, oh, okay. And so in 2003, started shooting, editing, producing all these commercials and stuff for the agency. Did that for...
And where was this agency located?
I was in Shreveport, Louisiana. That's where I'm from. That's where I grew up. And so...
I can hear it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. So I was there for 8 years and just did production. And the boss's husband, she's the one that bought us the cameras, but he and I went on the weekends and started shooting weddings. Because he was like, we're going to use these cameras to make some more money. And she was like, yeah, y'all go for it. And so we did that. And so I shot weddings for 20 years.
Wow.
So I shot my last wedding in 2023.
23.
And yeah, I shot one that year, and I was done. Over 20
How
years
many
was a long
weddings do you
time.
think you filmed in
I don't
20
know.
years?
So the least amount I did was that one in 23, but in 22 I probably shot anywhere from 8 to 12.
Yeah.
And the most I ever shot, I think I shot 22 in 1 year.
That's a lot of weddings.
I mean, I know there's wedding videographers out there that have shot a lot more, but I mean, over 20 years, if we did an average of 12 a year, I mean, that's still a lot of weddings. Yeah. But yeah, so then back in 2011, I quit that job, and my wife and I moved up to Wichita just for some new scenery. My sister and her family had moved up here, and we kind of followed them. But then when I moved here, I started Trussell Media kind of as a side hobby, shooting weddings on the weekends. But I worked for a company called National Screening Bureau, and they did. I was the director of marketing there. We did marketing for background screening, drug testing, and I-9s and HR type
stuff.
Yeah, HR
market.
type stuff.
Yeah. You did the marketing for that service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also did some drug testing too. I mean,
Yeah.
we were kind of a small shop, and so we wore a lot of hats. So I did HR there for 6 months, which was ridiculous. I'm not an HR person at all.
So question, when you did the drug testing, did you actually have to stand in the bathroom with them?
You did.
I just think that is a weird deal.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you don't have to watch them, but you have to be in there to make sure that they're
right. It still feels like you're being watched. Though.
It does.
They're just standing like 3 feet away. And
most of the time we would go to like bigger companies, and we'd be doing like 20 tests and you're in a bathroom with a bunch of stalls.
You're in what? Sorry.
In the bathroom.
You're in the bathroom.
Oh, urine. Right. Oh, sorry. I got
it's not funny when you really got to think about it.
Right.
Missed it.
So you are in the bathroom.
You are in.
But they're in stalls, right?
Yeah.
And so, but you'd be surprised at how many people like use prosthetics and have like bags of urine taped to the inside of their leg.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. I was a supplier for years. It's a booming business.
Surprised you gave it up.
Yeah,
it's so lucrative.
They forget to warm it up. It's not realistic. You got to warm it up before.
Well, they got the temperature gauges on those cups.
I had really specific instructions about how to warm the urine. Wow, we're getting off track.
Yeah.
Keep going.
That was a wild job. But I worked there for about 4 years, and then decided to take Trussell Media out and just do that full time. So when I did that, we did weddings my wife is a photographer was. And so we did weddings together.
Dynamic duo for the wedding.
Yeah. So she'd shoot the photography and I would do the video side of it. But yeah, so we did that. And around 2019, started getting into real estate, got my drone license, and did a lot of real estate video for Toby Andrews Photography mostly. Like she contracted us out to work for her. And but I was really good at the drone really quick because I played video games growing up. So yeah.
Was that I've always been curious about that market. I feel like that was is that still the thing, or do most real estate people have their own drones?
I think real estate people don't want to mess with it. Really. Yeah. I mean, they want to sell the house. So they'll pay somebody $100, $200 to go do the drone shot or whatever. But a lot of videographers and photographers will do a whole package where they'll do the drone, they'll do the in-house photos and video, and just do it all at once. So
that's cool. Yeah. What drone were you flying in 2019?
Oh my gosh, I had the Phantom 3.
Yeah, I still have my Phantom 3.
I crashed 3 of those.
Yeah. It's a great drone.
Yeah. And then I upgraded to the Mavic Pro.
Okay.
And now I have like the little DJI Air 2 Pro or whatever it is. I don't know. But they just get smaller and smaller and smaller. They do. But I was concerned about the small one I have now with the wind and everything, but it surprisingly holds
Pretty impressive.
steady up there. Yeah,
We need to get a drone, Tyler.
you do.
We don't
There's
need
so
one,
much.
but we need one. Yeah.
They're so much fun. I mean, I want one of those. What is it, the FVP or FPV?
Have you tried it though?
I haven't tried it, but I want to
You'd
try.
probably be good
I
at
want
it.
to try it with the goggles.
I agree. I got real
Like-
excited, and a friend of mine said, "Well, hey, go play it on a video game first."
Yeah.
He goes, "I think it's harder than you think." He's like, "I'm not saying you can't do it, but it is really hard. Like it's
Yeah.
really hard to maneuver like the true manual version of it. Like my brain couldn't figure out how to turn. Like
really?
because it's like a combo of the joysticks. Like it's not a left, up, down,
Yeah.
It's not like a normal Xbox like first shooter game where it kind of is, but then there's a throttle involved. Like I was real bad at it.
Yeah.
I did like the entry level course, and it was on a Nintendo Switch, and you
okay.
train on it, and I couldn't get through course 1, and there's like 25 courses, and I'm like, I might have just saved a lot of money and headache.
Yeah.
But
that's
agreed,
awesome.
the goggle or whatever you call that,
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that, first person FPV goggles. There
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I've never actually flown them, but I've taken mine off sport or put it on sport mode, and you can just go crazy. But of course, around no trees or anything.
Yeah. Well, speaking of trees, Phantom 3, bought it. Day 2 of owning a Phantom 3, put it in sports mode. Tyler Brickley following my disc at Oak Park in Wichita, threw a disc over hole 18 over the pond, flew it straight into a tree, sunk to the bottom of the pond. Day 2 of owning.
Oh, no.
I still have that Phantom 3 in my closet. Still works,
Oh man.
but sunk all the way to the bottom. We put it in a bucket of rice. So
Really? And
kudos
it
to them. Yeah. We left it in there for like 7 days, pulled it out, and it did some weird errors all the time after that. But sure enough, day 2 of owning
That's
that thing.
hilarious.
And that was like, I don't know, $1,500
yeah,
a long
back
time
then,
ago.
Yeah.
Like it was a big purchase.
I was flying one out in middle of nowhere in Kansas and just flying around doing this big land video, and my screen went black, and I looked up because I knew right where it was, and I saw it go, and I was like, what happened? Like it just died.
Just died.
Yeah.
And fell.
And fell. And so I had to go buy another one that day because, I had to go finish some work I had to do. But yeah.
So you do the real estate deal while doing weddings.
Yeah, real estate deal while
2019.
doing weddings, and slowly kind of getting back into the production of doing video for businesses. And because that's what I loved to do back at the ad agency, and kind of got back into it back in 21.
Okay.
And so that's primarily what Trussell Media does now. We do videos for businesses, whether it be client testimonials, we'll do commercials, we'll do live event videos. And we also have the podcast studio. We have a couple of clients that do podcasts weekly, just kind of as marketing for their business or for their social media platforms. And yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's awesome. So Trussell Media today is on site filming.
Yep.
Podcast studio. How does that work? You have a podcast studio. People rent it. Do they what's the service look like?
Yeah, so it's called the Podcast Room. It's in downtown Wichita. You can do as little or we can do as little or as much as the client wants, right? So they can come in, rent the space. They can bring their SD cards, record everything, use all of our gear for a small fee, and then take their cards with them and go edit it and everything. So that's just like a studio rental. And then we go all the way up to 3-camera production like you got here. And we can produce and edit everything for them. And
We have 3 cameras.
yeah, look, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Who is that
Cool.
guy?
So that includes post edit and
Yeah.
at that higher tier.
Yeah, we'll do a post edit for them, make it sound awesome, make it look awesome. A couple of our clients do an intro specific to each podcast. So they'll introduce the guest with just an intro video and things like that.
We need to talk about that on this podcast. We need help.
Oh, yeah.
We need some advice
Yeah, we can do that.
on intros. We've been told we need one, and we're like, whatever. Okay.
Just start, man. Just you're doing great. You could do like a little Joe Rogan jingle.
Yeah, with
the
the
beginning.
spinning head that makes you nauseous.
Yeah, exactly.
We
Just
were
put
like-
your head in a circle and spin it.
We could just talk about that now. We were literally talking about like, what do we do for an intro? Got ideas, but it's also an effort thing. It's like, we know like what the coolest intro would be, but that'd be a lot of work every time.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, what does Rogan do? It's kind of a big podcast. The Joe Rogan experience. And the head's just spinning. You're like, oh, well, if that's the bar.
Yeah.
We
You can nail it.
We can
Yeah.
do pretty well. It is. But you don't forget it, I'll say.
Yeah.
From a marketing perspective, it
stays
with you. Okay, that's cool. So people in the area, local, that's also, I've referred some people to you, and anybody listening to this that is excited about podcasts, or you're listening to our podcast and you're in the area and you're like, I've always wanted to do a podcast, and now Sam's doing a podcast, and I've had this conversation with a few people. I think that's such a great solution starting out, because you don't have to buy. I mean, it's expensive to get into.
Yeah, it can be. But also what I tell people is consistency. If you want to grow your podcast, you have to be consistent with it. And a lot of people, that scares a lot of people, because it is a commitment.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a time commitment, because you got to sit down. If you're having guests, you got to record for at least 20 to 60 minutes, right? Depending on what you're doing. So I tell people, if you don't want to buy all the gear, either come rent my space or just start small. Like, use your phone,
Right.
and post a podcast and see what happens, and see if you can stay consistent with it. Even if you don't post it, just try to record 4.
Sure.
And then see if you can, keep that consistent, keep it going. And if you like it, then dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good advice. That's a interesting idea of R&Ding a podcast format too, of like film 3 or 4, have a watch party, or send it out to some people you trust and get some feedback. That's probably why our podcast sucks. We didn't do that, Tyler. Gosh, would have been a good idea. I know. Yeah.
It's because you don't have an intro. I mean, we've already established this.
Yeah. Shut up about the intro. It's a Killer Growth, the podcast where we want 0 feedback. Shut your mouth.
That's good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, what a great, that's good advice. I agree. Consistency is hard. So let's go into podcasts, and then we'll go into Trussell Media. You did a podcast. You've been podcasting for how long? I guess let's start there.
So back at the ad agency in 2008, when like the first iPhone came out, first or second series iPhone.
Sounds right.
We found like the audio recording little app that they had on there.
Yeah, Memos, I think, or
something
whatever.
like that.
Yeah.
And me and a buddy, another designer, we just started recording a podcast on our phones. And we uploaded it to Apple, figured all that out, how to get it on there, Apple Podcasts, and we did like 30-something episodes. Now, granted, they were like, the shortest one was like 3 minutes, the longest one was like 8 minutes. But we put it out there, and we actually had somebody from, I think, North Carolina or something email us, and they were like, "We love your podcast. It's so great. Like, keep it up." And it was called the Troy and Travis Show. And we would do all these character voices, like from He-Man, like cartoons from the 80s, right? And we would just do all these stupid scenes. And we would pick on this other girl in the office, another designer. We would just and she played along. She loved it. And I think she loved it.
Sure.
I don't know if she did or not. Alicia, did you love it? I don't know. But we would pick on Alicia and kind of make fun, poke fun at things in the office. And that was podcast number 1.
Where were you posting that podcast?
Apple.
It was on
like
Apple.
Straight up to Apple Podcasts. Yeah. So that was podcast number 1. And then the second one I did was with we were filming a hunting show for the hunting channel, and then the sportsman channel. We were on the sportsman channel, and we did a podcast alongside that TV show. So we did that for 2 years. And then, gosh, I can't think of I've done like 4 other ones.
Yeah. There's one you did for a long time, though. You did a ton of episodes.
So
I was trying to think of
after the hunting one ended, Then we did, it was called the Hard-Headed Podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
So me and my friend Matt and my brother-in-law Chet, we got together once a month and we would batch. We'd batch 4 at a time. And then we would do it on kind of current events or kind of whatever was on our mind. We'd talk about that. And then we'd do a top 3 favorite things or top 3 like worst things, just whatever. And then we'd end it on a good word. Sometimes that was from scripture or it was just, positive. It's like ending a conversation positively.
Positive, encouraging K-Love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we did that for 4 years. We had a goal of hitting 200 episodes, and we did that. And then our schedules kind of got crazy, and we haven't filmed an episode in a year now. So
yeah, well, that's all. 200 episodes in 2 years.
4
years.
4
yeah,
years.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun though.
Especially when it's but yeah, that's a cool format. I think having a group of people that you can talk to.
Yeah, and it was it ranked at one time we got into the top 5% of podcasts.
Nice.
And we only had a loyal following of like 50 people that would download and listen every week, right? So that just tells you, if you stay consistent and you don't quit, like you will get up there at least into the top 10% because so many podcasts out there have like 2, 3, 8 episodes and then they're done.
Yeah.
But those still get counted in the 3 million plus that are actually out there.
It's crazy.
So if you stay consistent, like you can rank higher, and the higher you rank, the more you'll get shown. So
we can do it, Tyler.
You can do it.
We can do this.
Do it without an intro. Just
just screw the system.
That's right. Do it without.
Do it our way. The intro just needs to be me saying, "Hey guys, we don't do intros." Cut. That might be the idea.
I like it.
You don't have time for an intro. Let's get started.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, yeah, I think just those from a creative perspective, you're a really creative person. Those side deals that, doesn't matter if there's any monetary gain, but just to have a creative outlet like that to create and produce something, I think is important. And not easy necessarily, but fairly easy format to do it if you can do it in a conversation with people that it's easy to talk to.
Yeah.
I've always thought a podcast like that would be fun, like a consistent group, 3 to 4 people chatting about a topic or whatnot.
It was funny because Matt and I would rarely ever come to the table prepared, but Chet was always like, had his outline ready to go, and we would switch up who was host every time. So I would kind of prepare when I was host, but Chet would prepare every time. So awesome. Matt and I just kind of leaned on him.
Yeah, you were just that good. You didn't have to prepare.
No, not at all.
You do have a good voice for podcasts, though.
Oh, thank you.
Good demeanor. I listened to a couple of your monologues. I don't know if that's what you would call those.
I think that's the right term.
Yeah. Because that's what I know I need to do, and I'm like scared. And it's probably the prep. And then worrying about, it's easy to lean on the guest side, right? Like this part's a lot easier because you're interesting and you have a cool story and feeding off that. But the monologue side seems intimidating to me.
Yeah. But once you get 3 or 4 under your belt, it gets easier.
How do you prep for those? Do you use a monitor for your monologues? Do you have talking points that are off camera?
So I've got a teleprompter. Couldn't think of the word. I got a teleprompter that I use. But I've thought about switching it up a bit and maybe just using a computer screen to scroll easier, and because I'm always doing it myself. And I have recorded a full 20-minute episode, and it wasn't in focus. And so, because when you have the teleprompter, I can't flip the screen around and make sure everything's dialed in.
That makes sense. Yeah.
And so I've thought about losing the teleprompter and just going off my notes to the side, and just so I can make sure the camera's working right.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
So,
we've had a couple early episode errors. Yeah.
Luckily it was just me, right? I didn't have, a guest on or anything.
Yeah.
But I did, in another time, I had a guest on, and that's why you shoot multi-camera, right? So if you have a camera that screws up, then you can just use that bad boy and zoom in or whatever.
To be honest, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, so I had
for 3 angles. It's brilliant.
I had a guest, I had a guest on the show, and his camera worked great, and the wide cam worked great, but the camera that was on me, I couldn't check it, and it like looked like it was in focus, but when I went and sat down, it did the thing, and I was just like, "Dadgum,
that's the worst."
So, but I just used the other two, and it was fine. I'm sure nobody noticed, but of course I did.
Well, we had an early episode where our board glitched out, and we had to basically grab the audio separate and merge it with the video, retime the audio to the video at an early episode, and that was like, oh my gosh, we just lost an hour. That's going to be hard to reshoot. It's going to feel fake to do the same style of an interview with that same guest. And thankfully they were able to piece it together. But that was stressful. That's a bad feeling.
Yeah. It's never a good feeling when you have something go wrong recording anything.
Yeah. No. I remember doing an ad once where we weren't recording for 10 minutes of doing 20 takes of an ad with like an actor. And the whole time we weren't recording.
Oh, no.
That's bad. And there's a good take in there we missed. Pretty good take.
So here's a little tip. Like if you're
Yeah.
in studio in a setting like this, I do this a lot. We have a studio where we record talking heads a lot. Sometimes I have not hit record on the audio thing because it's still lit up like it's going. But I'll notice it like 2 questions in, and I'm like, oh crap. So I'll just reach over there and turn it on, and like nothing happened. But after you get to the end, you can say, I'm giving away my secrets here, but you can say,
great.
Hey, you kind of got into a rhythm there, good towards the end. Let's go back and do those first 2 questions again.
Nice.
And so then you get them, and usually they are better answered that way anyway.
That makes sense.
So, but if you ever forget to hit record over there, you can go back and do it. But you got to catch it before they leave.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's true. They're pulling out. Wait, come back. That you did so good that time on those questions. I want you to do it again because it was so good.
You were flowing. We got to get those first 2 answered again. Yeah,
that's smart. What's it like managing other people's podcasts from the agency side? That seems. Are you like, guy comes in, I want to do a podcast. He signs up for a plan with you.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything involved besides just the production side? Like, do you ever give advice? Like, hey, this is a terrible idea, or hey, these are not good.
Yeah. Well, I don't give advice necessarily on content that they want to produce. If they ask me, I'll give my opinion, but really, I mean, most people come to the table with something they're passionate about. So it's like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, let's do it and see if it works.
Yeah.
I will give them tips on how to format the podcast if they're struggling with that. But most people, most people kind of know what they want to do. And then as far as the analytical side of it afterwards, we track views and downloads for them so that they know kind of where they're at, if they want to keep going. If they're getting 10 downloads a week, is it even worth keeping on going, that kind of thing. But if they're getting 100, I'd say, let's full steam ahead. Let's keep going. And, if they're getting a low amount, let's maybe tweak a few things and
better intro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, we keep an eye on things for them.
So talk about a local, people might have like a big idea for a podcast, but say a local podcast, like you're a local provider of a service. And really, if your podcast goes out, like if you're going to legitimately do a podcast versus get the content from a podcast, like, and I'm going to start over. Cut that. Tyler, cut it out. All right. That didn't happen. All right. Unfortunately, we don't cut anything out. So
throw that in with the intro.
You're stuck with this.
You're flowing real well now.
It's flowing. You're flowing. Troy, take over this interview, please. What are all the ways you can leverage a podcast from I want to build a podcast that's just a podcast to I have a local company to whatever else? Like, what are all the ways you can leverage a podcast depending on how you want to do it, not just from I'm going to be the next Joe Rogan. Just
Right.
talk about that, all the values of it.
Yeah. So number one value I see is having guests on, especially if you're a local company. You want to have people on that maybe own other businesses that you can just kind of collaborate with or talk about your business, kind of like what we're doing now. We're kind of in the same market. You do a lot of marketing. I do video production, but also most video production is for marketing these days. So, having each other on our podcast was really good for both of our businesses. So that's number one is guests. I would say two, you can break up the podcast like both of us do. You break it up into reels. You take an hour-long podcast, you throw it in some software. You can create up to 30, 40, depending on how long your podcast is. And that's just marketing content that you can put out each day of the month just to keep you in front of people, right?
Yeah.
So that would be the second one. And then, you can take your podcast and use it multiple different ways, especially now with AI. You can drop your MP3 file into a AI tool. It can generate tons of different things for you. Blog posts, LinkedIn posts, just anything. It can write different things from your podcast that you can use in your marketing efforts. So
yeah,
that's what I do a lot with Strategic Motion. And for a couple of my clients, we generate content. Of course, you don't want to just generate it and then throw it out there. You, of course, want to fine-tooth comb all of that, make sure it sounds good. And it sounds like you. You really don't, at least from my perspective, you really don't want to use AI to throw stuff out there because I think people can notice, like, they ran that through AI.
Yeah.
As long as you're still putting your personal touch on those things, I think they're okay. But that's just another tool that you can use.
So content engine on a local level is powerful. Networking.
Yeah, networking, having the guests on. Like, I can't tell you the number of people I've met in Wichita alone that have come in as guests on other shows that I get to meet.
That's cool.
And it's been really great meeting, top CEOs. The mayor's been in a bunch of times. The sheriff, just tons of different people that I would have never met. The sheriff was in
for other reasons, not for the podcast.
So I thought
you
he
weren't
was
supposed
in
to talk
for the
about
podcast.
that.
Dang it.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, but it's really cool just meeting all the different people that come in and out of there. So
you already said this earlier. So the biggest mistake. So have a goal as far as the value add. Why are you doing a podcast? Right? Probably have that at your core.
Yeah,
that makes sense. So you think if you're gonna weigh, like, measure, like, put a weight on the most important part of the podcast, from production to like video to audio, to like the actual format, and then maybe even consistency. Like, as you look at that, because you just said earlier, just do it, get a phone, do it. That's how you started.
Yeah. I mean, I think number one, content is key. Like, if you have a story to tell, or if you have content to share that's going to help somebody, that's number one. I think content is king. Number two, after that, I would say audio. If your audio sucks, nobody's going to listen to it.
Yeah.
So your audio's got to be good. And yes, you can shoot fairly good audio on a phone. If you go in your closet and you got clothes hung up everywhere and you're doing a monologue and you're not doing video, go in your closet. That's going to dampen the sound. That's going to make it sound really good on a phone. You can do it.
We need to get some clothes in here, Tyler.
That's right.
Our audio
need
sucks.
a little padding on.
We do need on that. we need them to move the truck route. Is our
That's
main
right.
audio issue.
I've heard.
There's always
heard
at
the
least
trucks
a semi or three every episode.
I don't know. It gives character.
It does. It's like, what is it? Am I here? Are you guys about to be hit by a bus every episode? Kind of.
Is that train coming
like
through
10
here?
feet away.
Yeah. I was going to ask you that train station.
Yeah.
That looks really cool. Do they use that?
The train depot?
Yeah.
Over there? Yeah, they do. Like, you can rent it out. Like, it doesn't do train stuff anymore.
Right.
But it's like an event center Like you can rent it out and do meetings, or a church used to meet there back in the day.
I don't know. I
do
just
birthday parties.
driving by it this morning, I was like, man, that is the coolest little.
Yeah.
I could just.
So you took the
picture,
north exit then? Did you exit north of town?
Yeah, I think so.
Over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see our wiffle ball stadium?
No.
We'll look at that after the episode.
Okay.
But the world's nicest wiffle ball stadium is like 50 yards right there.
That's awesome.
It's wild. It's like a legit stadium.
Do you play wiffle ball?
I'm gonna. I'm excited. I'm gonna put a team together.
Do it.
It's like 3-on-3 and the bases are really close together. I don't think I'll get hurt. Like slow pitch softball. It's still a lot of running.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good advice. Audio, consistency, audio. I do think the trust, and you talk about this a lot in your brand, and let's talk about that. How does trust, I think at the core, looking at Trussell Media, been around you a lot. You talk about content's about building trust. Mm-hmm. So speak on that, the value add to business owners and what a content engine does beyond just marketing, right? Like get marketing awareness, like they see you, whatever. That doesn't really mean much unless they connect with you.
Yeah. So building trust with clients and potential clients is hard to do. But what can make it really easy is doing videos that show that you're a trustworthy person. The best way that we see that businesses can do this is through client testimonials.
Okay.
And so when you have people that can talk really good about your business and do it without prompting them, basically, and you can turn that into a video, that's the best way to add trust. So we have a couple of clients that have like website pages full of just client testimonial videos. And when they're in a meeting with a potential client or something and they hear a story, then they can go, oh, hey, we helped a similar client with that. And they can pull up that video and just play it for them real quick because they're usually about 2 minutes long. So any way that you can build trust with a client is key,
How do you facilitate that? I love that. Sounds like a nightmare trying to get set it all up, facilitate it, getting the clients to film themselves or let alone go to a studio and then how do you keep that authentic when it's staged? That's also been a hard thing on the UGC. I always call that user-generated content.
Yeah.
Like the goal is maybe to get it to feel like user-generated content, or you can produce it. But yeah, how do you coach that for it to feel authentic and not I choose Trussell Media because, you know, that seems like that'd be hard.
I think we have a pretty good way of asking questions. I mean, I've been interviewing people for a long time.
So it's like an interview style when you're getting these testimonials.
Right. So we have a list of questions, about 8 questions that we do different 8 questions for each company. We'll kind of tailor it to the company and have them review it and maybe make changes because they kind of know what they want their people to say, sure. Right? So there is a little bit of prompting there, but it's usually from the heart when they come in. We do have a way to help those people if they want to film themselves, like if they're in Idaho or whatever, and they can't. Remote. Yeah, if they're remote, we can get on a call with them or share a video with them that we've created. Like, here's the best way to film yourself on your phone. If you're going to send us the video, that we can put a compilation together, that kind of thing. So we kind of coach them through doing it themselves. But we also have a video we send to everyone that's coming to our studio that tells them how to answer questions with context, what to wear and what not to wear, because cameras don't like crazy patterns and things like that.
Don't look Troy in the eyes.
Right. Don't look Troy in the eyes. What to do with your hands. You know, everybody does
that's a
Ricky
really,
Bobby.
Actually, probably the smartest thing on that list right there.
Yeah.
That's always the weirdest.
Because everybody's about Ricky Bobby.
What should I do with my hands, by the way?
Yeah.
I don't.
We always tell people, if you're a hand talker, use your hands. Because the more, they've done studies on it, so the more you are yourself in front of the camera, the more trustworthy you come across. So like I've been using my hands this whole time because I talk with my hands or drive my wife crazy because I've moved my hands so much.
You've spilt a lot of drinks.
Yeah. Yes, I have. But yeah, so just act as natural as possible. I know it's hard to do for a lot of people. They put the camera in front of your face like this, and it's like, oh, what do I say?
Well, and the question format's the right way to do it. I just learned a lot from that, actually, because that's a constant thing we're trying to figure out. And then when you get the content, you're like, we didn't coach them well enough. But ideally, an interview style is the most authentic way to get a testimonial.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I agree with that. That's really smart. Yeah. How do people like trust that it's really a client? Like, these aren't just actors coming off the street. Like, how do consumers really know, or potential clients?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've never really even thought about that.
I think about it, and I'm not even really a skeptic, but I always go like, well, you see these commercials, right? Or these attorney commercials, or the
those
those are like obviously actors, and then you scale it back, and I'm like, and especially now with like Fiverr and like you can get these paid video actors for whatever.
Yeah, now with AI,
and with AI,
bring in a whole different thing of.
Have you seen that software? The one I've seen, I was messing around with it, and it basically is an AI software that generates customer testimonials with AI avatars, and it's pretty dang good and bad. Like it's not there yet, in my opinion.
It'll get there though.
Oh, it will. Yeah. But talk about a trust cycle issue again.
That is like,
how's anyone ever going to know that you have all these fake customer testimonials?
I think, and I hope you'll be able to tell real from fake still, even when AI is that good. I hope you'll be able to.
I don't know. That's pretty optimistic.
Right now, I don't know. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and there are these YouTubers that are making all these Star Wars videos. They're actually special effects people that have left the industry because AI is kind of taking over the Hollywood industry. So they've left Hollywood and they've started using, AI is just like a piece of their tool belt, right? So they're using AI, they're using special effects that they've learned and crafted over the years, and they're molding these things together to where they're creating these amazing videos that Disney hasn't taken them down because they're not 100% AI. They're special effects with AI.
Interesting.
And so, yeah, it's going to be crazy to see where all that goes with that industry. But they're amazing. But the one thing that's off about them is still the dialogue and the way AI just can't really nail the emotion with what they're saying.
Yeah.
So, and it's slow. They talk like this still, kind of robotic still.
Robotic for sure.
But I think in 6 months it'll be better though. It's constantly getting better and better. So
at the core, because I see, and where I'm skeptical is you see a user generated ad, right? Where you have a customer testimonial ad for a product someone's selling online. I don't ever trust those. I never think they're, and I've helped facilitate a lot of them that were real. But then when I see them, I'm kind of like, is this, I don't know, unless you know the person or the face, but then slip AI into this conversation. Like I don't even know how you're going to start trusting reviews. Like how are you going to block, 1,000 different bots leaving 5-star ratings on your product that can be easily manipulated. Like trust, what I'm getting at, trust is at risk here, Troy.
Oh, I completely agree.
I think it's an interesting time to be in business and want to build trust in this day and age. I think it's going to get more difficult. Really, and I don't know how you talk about it even. You can't tell the difference, but I promise ours are real. We're not lying to you.
Right.
Is it just like a statement?
Yeah. I mean, is it going to push people to get more face-to-face?
Right.
Yeah. I think it's going to have to.
Yeah, for sure. So talk about like looking ahead. We just talked about the AI side. Video as a whole has changed a lot. We've seen videography change a lot. That's the core of your business, but the outcome of what you do is kind of beyond video, right? You build trust. Here's formats and content engines to build trust with potential clients, or potential customers. What do you think video looks like for you as a videographer in the next 5-10 years with AI, with iPhones and cinematic mode, right? It's just, it's changing really quick. Like photography changed a lot, right? A lot of industries, I think, get disrupted by improvements on phones, accessible things. And you're in the business side, so it's affected differently. But yeah, next 5, let's go 5 years. I won't go too far out.
Yeah, 10, I couldn't even.
No, that's ridiculous.
I don't even
Honestly,
know.
5's probably at the rate things are moving.
Yeah, so next 5 years, I really think AI is going to mess this whole thing up, honestly. I do think there will be a place for people behind the camera. So we are focusing more on like live event video and customer-based transaction type video where we're showing a product, but also with product stuff, using AI-generated material that maybe we can't get. So using it as a tool alongside other things, kind of like the Star Wars special effects guys are doing. You know, they're using AI, but they're also using everything they've used in the past and just kind of molding them together. So I think just using it as a tool will be well. But yeah, I honestly, in 5 years, I mean, I think live event video is not going to go away.
Yep.
I think podcasts are still going to be a thing because people want to hear from people. And I think that's the biggest thing to do moving forward is just have people.
I love that.
Engaging with people.
We still believe people will be behind cameras.
Yeah.
Or in front of cameras. Both sides.
Yeah, both sides. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm imagining the first time I run a camera, I'm behind it. Well, it didn't capture me at all.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a really tough question for me to answer just because.
Well, it's already changed so much. And you talk about weddings, right? Wedding photography, videography's changed a lot because of accessibility now. And family photos, like annual family photos, have changed a lot. You know, I think you could probably argue there's a lot of people that take their Christmas photo with an iPhone now.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And they used to hire a photographer for that.
Yeah.
So from, that professional added value that becomes retail, I don't know the right word, but it's now off the shelf.
Yeah.
DIY.
Yeah. It's a DIY thing. Yeah.
But I do think on the business to business side, you're correct. I think people need help with storytelling. I think people need help with identifying what to film, and that stresses business owners out. Yeah. What's your favorite, like your ideal client today that you're looking for in your business? Is there a certain niche of business as a business videographer, podcast studio? Does it matter what business they're in?
It doesn't really matter to us. We tend to help out in just like construction industries. We've done a lot of training videos and in-house type, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a catalog of videos.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That when they
like training modules.
Yeah. So like when they onboard an employee, they sit down, they watch these training videos to know what their job's about. Right. So we do a lot of that in the construction realm. But we also work with a lot of churches, doing their Christmas videos, their Easter videos, summer VBS type videos, those types of things.
Event coverage too.
Yeah, event coverage, and to help churches keep things cohesive, right? Because a lot of churches, and I volunteer for different churches that I've been to be on the media team and the production team, and when you get a bunch of heads in there like that, it doesn't stay. Like it doesn't really stay on brand. Yeah. And so Trussell Media comes in and helps them stay on brand with their logo and colors and format and different things. And so, yeah, we've helped a lot of churches here in the past couple of years do that. So
love it.
Yeah.
It's good work. Last question on the podcast topic. What can we do better on this podcast? Roast us right here now. This is your opportunity.
I don't know. I think
Tell the people what they want to hear.
you got good uplighting, good. You got Form Energy back there. You got a sponsor, so that's good. Shout out
They
to
sure
Form
could
Energy. 0 sugar, 200 milligrams of caffeine.
I think that's enough caffeine. I do 1 and 2 episodes, so I know once I get to about halfway, I gotta stop.
Yeah, there you go. I drank some coffee on the way here. I don't know how much caffeine it had in it.
Right.
But I don't know. I think you're doing everything right. It's lit well. It sounds good. You're cutting it up in reels. You're having good conversations with people. And they're all different conversations. You're just, yeah. And that's what I like about yours. You never kind of know what you're going to get.
Is that good or is that bad? Should it be more focused or is it too broad?
I think your focus is people of El Dorado / Wichita. So,
Sure.
did I say that right? El Dorado? Or do y'all say El Dorado?
No, you're right. Yeah,
that's
we say it wrong. There's like 3 or 4 El Dorados in the country and the rest are El Dorados.
Oh, okay.
We're one of the 3 or 4.
El Dorado. Good. I said it right.
Yeah,
I said it
you
with
did
the southern drawl.
Yeah, you did. You did good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I think y'all are doing everything right, man.
Yeah. Well, that's a good takeaway. Feedback, especially your assumption of it's El Dorado, Wichita area. That's probably the most interesting feedback I've heard right there, actually. It's focused on people in that area. And I think people like that. This is not us guaranteeing that is the case. I will say. So
you might have some
when
remote
we bring
people.
someone that's not local, which is about to happen very soon, don't be mad. We're not, trying to bring in the competition.
No, I think you should definitely branch out because podcasts, they're global, right?
Sure.
And with Hard Headed, we had people remote. We had about 7 or 8 remote guests on there, and they just bring a different. Especially if it's on topic, they just bring a different element to what you've already been producing. So I think it's good.
For sure. No, appreciate you, everything you're doing. We'll post your info, guys. Go follow Trussell Media on all the platforms and Strategic Motion, which is not terribly old. I mean, it's pretty new, right?
I think I've only got 8 or 9 episodes out, and we release one every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty fresh. So go follow that. I was his guest, so you can go listen to that episode.
That was a good one.
Listen to other ones. Don't judge it by my episode. But no, really appreciate everything you're doing and your quality of work and how much you genuinely care in the little time I've known you. You care a lot about the end product and more importantly, the person that you're working for.
Absolutely.
You're the guy to work with, and I'm excited to keep sending people your way. So if you're ready to start a podcast, just do it. You heard it here from Troy, and connect with Troy. He'd love to consult, talk to you. He's already given us a lot of great advice with us doing all this. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Sam.
It's been fun. Appreciate you.
All right. Thanks, brother.